President Obama not the only one calling for the Syrian leader to step aside amidst ongoing violence. Assad has been propped up by cash from Iran and from the wealthy in his own country. But now some of those supporters are bailing out. Bloomberg's Lara Setrakian is in Dubai with the story for us. Lara, will this have much of an impact on the Assad regime?
Well, Mariam, in terms of sanctions, the most they could do is spur Europe to act. Europe takes in up to 90% of Syria's oil exports, provide the regime with the bulk of its cash. So a close watch now on what Europe does next. It's companies like Shell, Total, the major players in Syrian oil, even though it's a modest amount, just shy of 400,000 barrels per day and declining. It is really the clincher here on how the regime manages its cash supply and what it does next, what it's able to do to continue the crackdown. Mariam?
Yeah, exactly. So if its finances do continue to suffer, what point does that put Assad and indeed his regime in jeopardy?
Well, for now, analysts tell us that Syria has enough cash in its corner to ride out the short run. They have 8 to 10 months of foreign currency reserves, trade with Asia, weapons from Russia, and, of course, cash and support from its main ally, Iran. But what's really going to change the game here is what happens in the core. Of course, the military, but also the Sunni business elite. If they step away from Bashar al-Assad en masse, that could be the game changer. And if the economy continues to decline, if the sanctions continue to pile on, it could become so persuasive that they're basically convinced there's no point in standing by Assad. Interesting, though, analysts tell us that if Europe does step away from trade with Syria, expect Asian firms to step in, make up the gap, that cash will keep flowing. But we'll see if it's enough to offset this pressure from the West.